And first alert, meteorologist Emily Merz joins us once again. I almost forgot to say your name. And Emily, you know, I am really looking forward to fall, but I'm also really looking forward to these higher temperatures on the way. It seems like it'll be kind of like a goodbye summer kind of moment.
It kind of is, honestly, and it's going to be right on time too with those higher temperatures, and then expecting some thunderstorms at the end of the week, kind of in that summer fashion. So it kind of is summer's like last hurrah in a way almost before we really transition into fall. Here's the radar currently around the region. A handful of sprinkles here and there, but nothing that's going to really impact the night or wash out anything as we go into our Sunday. Still some low-hanging clouds and some reduced visibility. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. Here's the temperatures currently in the 50s, falling into the lower 50s, and a lot of us might see the 40s later on this evening. 52 degrees in Waseca currently, 58 in Mankato, and 57 degrees out in Newell. Here's the highs that we had today, right on the edge of 70 degrees. 71 was the high in Mankato, 72 in Waseca, 72 for a lot of us across the board. We can see a little bit warmer in the Twin Cities and Sioux Falls. Usually cities tend to be a couple of degrees warmer. And here's that almanac data for Mankato. Again, that 71 for that high, a couple of degrees cooler than what we expect for this time of year. That low is pretty much right on, definitely ways away from the record high, 96 degrees in 1995. And me and Nick were talking earlier about how it almost feels like it's starting to get dark earlier, and it is kind of getting into that season where we're going to start seeing that sunrise and sunset times really start to shift. Here's the air quality around the region. Definitely a major improvement compared to what we saw earlier today, with some of us sitting in the red unhealthy category. Now it's mainly shifted towards the south, with a couple of us still in that sensitive group or unhealthy for sensitive group category. So if you're in a sensitive group, keep this in mind for the rest of the night and even into early tomorrow morning. The rest of us sitting in that moderate air quality, but we are expecting this green to continue to go further south as we get into the night. Here's a look at visibility. We can still see reduced visibility in some areas. Hutchinson down to just 4 miles of visibility, and in the St. James, Fairmont, Estherville, Algona kind of area, that's where we're still seeing some of that wildfire smoke. So if you're out and about tonight, maybe just slow down a little bit in case you encounter some of those areas with reduced visibility. Same thing goes for any dense fog that could start to pop up later on in the evening. We could see some fog early tomorrow morning, very similar to what we saw this morning. If you happen to be out and about and you saw it, we can probably expect that to happen again tomorrow. Slight chance of some showers on Monday. We're not really worried about that though as of now. More rain chances at the end of this week though, starting on Wednesday, going into Thursday and Friday, and even into that upcoming weekend. So good news for a lot of us though that are still experiencing dry conditions. With the rain we had the last couple of days, we didn't really see rain totals that are going to take a huge bite out of the drought conditions. So great news that we do have some more rain on the way, hopefully. 49 for the low this evening in Mankato. Partly cloudy skies. Winds are going to continue from the north, which is going to keep cooling us off and moving that wildfire smoke further south. 70 for the high tomorrow. That morning fog possible, like I had mentioned. Just slow down, leave a couple of extra minutes if you have somewhere to be tomorrow morning. Then we're going to warm up by the middle of this week, back into the 80s before we cool back off towards the end of the week. Another chance of some showers and thunderstorms as we approach that following weekend. And Saturday is the first day of fall. Those temperatures after that are going to kind of reflect it. It's almost like nature flipped a little switch. We're going to be back into those lower 70s at the very beginning of fall. And you can definitely see that switch. There's like that one sun and then it's just like clouds. Yeah. So thank you so much, Emily. We love Sports Up after the break.